Welcome to Your Image, your weekly public relations program on this channel. I have my distinguished guests here seated with me. They've been very wonderful, discussing Citizen Summit on national integration, peace and security, public relations as a panacea. Well, with your submission last week, we are able to now understand that all stakeholders must connected so that we can be on a round table and push forward. I, with the way things are, believe that there's a lot of work that we're going to do to bring hope back to the citizens, not only citizens, to even international community and some other stakeholders. I also like to start with the chairman, Mr. Alekontumwa. What are the conversations that we must dish out to these people to encourage them to be part of this project?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Good evening again, Nigerians. Well, as I said last week, and I want to repeat it here, the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations is putting this program together, has taken the initiative to create a platform for every Nigerian group to come and talk, come and ventilate your anger, your position. Yes, we know that we have a common problem, but there are different dimensions to that problem. Maybe how it is affecting you, it is different from how it is affecting the other person. So the NIPR has created a platform for every segment of society, every unit, every group, every unit to come together and come and put on the table what your reservations, what your problems are. And I think what is also important is that because we believe that yes, we are still hopeful that yes, we'll get out of this situation. So the message is hope. We must remain hopeful in Nigeria. We must believe that yes, there are countries of the world that have passed through this situation and they were able to get out of it and they are better for it. You know, as we say in public relations that yes, even when you have a crisis, it has its positive aspect.
Yeah.
At the end of a crisis, yes, you are expected to be a better person, to be a better organization, to be wiser. So we believe that we should, the NIPR is preaching the message of hope, that this country can still become one of the greatest countries in the world. But we need to come together at this point because we have realized that we have a common problem. We have a challenge with our society. Nigeria is troubled, as I said last time. Then we need to come together and put on the table what, like people will say, a family affair. What is your problem? How have I offended you? Or these are the ways that you have offended me. So we need to put all these issues together and eventually we can now, harmonize all our grievances. Now together collectively also look at what are the solutions. So it means in the spirit of oneness, in the spirit of consensus building, we must be sincere with ourselves. And I think that is very critical, fundamental, if we are going to get out of this problem. We must agree that, yes, we have actually maybe injured the other person one way or the other. Then what are the areas that we really need to look at? What are the solutions? What do you think I should do so that next time I will not, hurt you? Okay, what do you think the other person should also do so that this problem will not reoccur? So we need to look at that at the summit, as we said, it is starting from the state level. At the state level, the NIPR at the Ogun State chapter is expected to organize its own, and it works like that in all states of the Federation across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. Then after that, there will be a zonal one that will harmonize all that must have been put together at the state level. then eventually we'll take this to the national level and be able to really come with a consensus, a national consensus. So we expect that we can actually put forward to our policymakers, and we believe that yes, because it is going to cut through all aspects of society, all individuals, all groups, then the policymakers will have something that is actually sincere and say, yes, we must find a way to apply what has been presented to us.
Yes, I agree with you. Those are the steps forward. But in reality, we must be able to come up with the grievances that people have not been happy about. We must be able to look at our ways of life, our attitudes, the state actors, ourselves as an individual. What are the grievances we have against each other? Pastor Dari Folari.
Well, it is often said that to know the problem is half the cure. We all know the problem. We all know the grievances. We all know why we are not happy. We all know why people are agitating. We know why all the non-state actors are.
Public relations is about the truth.
Yes. So the truth.
We want those grievances.
Yes.
So that we can get people prepared.
Yes.
To now correct.
Yes.
Our bad ways.
Yes. So that that's why we are going to talk about it. I want to implore all stakeholders to please join us in this summit. Everybody, when we eventually get to you, come up and then come and bring your grievances to the table so that we can aggregate this and present it to the national level. This will help in forming consensus for us at the state level.
Dr. Tumala, coming to the political level, you see that everything revolves around politics. How should we now play politics in this new emergence?
We must understand that the way politics is played in advanced societies have something far above how it is played in this clan without being unsincere to ourselves. In order to go beyond this level that we are, or this situation that we are in our country, we must, as a matter of importance, say the truth where the need arises. And in saying the truth, we should not look at who is disconnected or dissatisfied with the situation. Before now, we've been glossing over the situation in Nigeria, pretending as if it is going to go by itself. One of the strategies for conflict resolution is to pretend as if it does not exist, so that the trouble will just fade away. But the challenges confronting the Nigerian state, they are beyond the ones that will fade away. They are the ones that we should talk about. Yes, we should talk about them. We should talk about them. We should be very, very factual with facts and figures.
I want you to be factual now.
Yes, sir.
What are those things that we know that we want to be corrected?
Let us say structural and economic inequality. Unending unemployment, lack in the face of abundance, in the midst of abundance, cheat in the face of fairness. Most of the things that the Constitution preach, or what is right for an average individual, have been trampled upon by even those that are followers. Because we don't, insecurity, inequality don't fly from heaven. Human beings perpetuate them. Human beings are the enablers of those issues. So all of these things are confronting the Nigerian state head on.
If we are the perpetrators,
yes,
what should happen? Should the law
take its course? Now, the law should take its course in such a way that we should not be biased. We should not feel the sense of pity that is my friend.
Should not be biased or be partial.
Be partial in dispensing what justice is. If an offense carries the highest of all charge, let it accompany same, so that it will serve as deterrence to others, that this person that was caught in the act, and it should cut across the Nigerian state. It should cut across without respect to ethnic divide, without respect to religious affiliation, without respect to political interest, without respect to any interest that exists under the planet Earth, so that we'll be able to forge ahead. Because Nigeria has promising things on ground. And if we don't address this on time, the worst.
Pastor,
Yeah, well, the
how
crime.
do we begin to address these issues that are being talked about?
By being fair, by being, honest with ourselves. If a crime is committed by anybody, irrespective of the area of the country that the person comes from, it should be punished. Criminals should be punished, whether they are Hausa, Igbo, or Yoruba. Anybody who commits crime should be punished. And we shouldn't have preferential treatments. We shouldn't have second-class citizens. It's not because somebody does something and gets away with it. Anybody who commits crime is a criminal, and as such should be punished, irrespective of the area of the country where it comes from. There shouldn't be one law for the elite and another law for the common man. Crime should be punished equally and fairly. Once this is done and people see that they are being treated equally, that thing will go down. But right now, because people are not getting joy, are not getting justice, that's why people are saying we want our own country. Let us go our own way, where we'll not be oppressed, where we'll not be second-class citizens. So these are the issues. And we hope that government will be fair-handed. And once that is done, if there is fairness, if there is equity, if there is love, let's love each other. Then we can even talk about patriotism. Let's be patriotic. Because, the country is not giving people joy. Tribalism should be, subsumed. We should all see the country as something, an ideal that we should all aspire to. We should give our best for the country. We should be patriotic, going forward. So these are the issues that are affecting patriotism. They should be addressed. People should be fair. We should love each other. We shouldn't.
Thank you very much. If you look at Nigeria, you will see that we are enmeshed, we are connected, and the way of life that we have so developed has made us to believe that you can marry from the north, I can marry from the east, and you two can marry from either north, central, whatever, with our diversity, which has created another form of unity for us. And that is what is holding us together in Nigeria. Now, I want us to contemporarily look at this issue. When you look back in the time of Prime Minister of India, Nehru, he was able to come up with this kind of program in 1961, and it brought about cohesion. It brought about secularity, irrespective of the religion being practiced by the citizens. Do you see this happening in Nigeria, Dr. Chumala?
Yes, it is possible. See, Nigerians are one of the most sophisticated people on the planet Earth. If you meet 10% of the agitations of Nigerians, you will discover that we will have one level of peace that is second to none. If you meet 20%, and if in meeting our agitation, you go progressively, you discover that Nigerians can give you anything you want. Nigeria is a very contented group of people. There are people that want progress. There are people that are loving. If you travel the north, west, east, south, any part of this country, they are very naturally peace-loving people. But we got it wrong when we begin to bring issues that divide more than issues that unite. Now, we're a country that is fused and that has had a whole lot of interrelationship. We can't take that away from us. But the challenges confronting us had made mockery of the successes or the gains we've made in time past. Now, in addressing those things, thank God the Institute is coming up with this program. Government must look beyond self-satisfaction. Government or public office should not be seen to serve family or group interest. It must be used to serve the general interest, so that at every material time, the masses will feel that, oh, government is trying its best. It's only this cannot be addressed. Or if government have done it this way. So I hope the institute will be inviting government officials. And when they come,
it's going to be all pervasive.
They will not be coming to do show game.
No.
They will be coming to really take part in the process. Because at the end of the day, the institute, the summit is organized for the government to solve fundamental problems in the society. So there are countries that have worse situations than we're having in Nigeria, but they've gone through them and they are back better. You mentioned India. There are other countries that have,
like
the present Russian state was a troubled country, but the present Chinese government had poverty at the peak of it. But China is everywhere making inroads into economies. China is breaking ground. So if you look at them 20, 30 years ago, oh, Nigeria was better. But we are worse off today.
You are still tuned to OGTV, Your Image, a public relations program. Mr. Lecturer, in the area of academics, you are the chairman of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, and you're also a lecturer, particularly of the Mass Communication Department at Mashood Abela Polytechnic. What should be the role of the academic in this exercise?
Well, definitely the academic will be well represented. And we must admit that even before now, the academic has always been putting up cases, positions on most of these problems that we have. And that is why at a point some people felt that this is just going to be another talk show. The academic has always been talking. Researchers kept coming up with well-articulated findings on what our problems are. So I do not expect something less than that from the academic. Definitely they will be represented, they will come up with empirical, achieved position on what some of the problems are and what they have considered as likely solutions. Now, we must admit that something is central to all that we've been talking about. There's a value that we need to internalize, and that is the value of equalization, which is central to all that we've been talking about. The value of equalization is important, and that is why we have another opportunity to be sincere with ourselves. The case of India that you mentioned, and other countries, they arrived at a point that they realized that they just have to be sincere with themselves. And truth, sincerity is one of the cardinals of public relations. Truth and full information, sincerity. Now, as I said, because most of us have realized that at this point we have a challenge, we have a problem that is about to consume us, then we must be sincere with ourselves. The summit is going to provide a platform for everyone, every group to come and say, this is our problem, these are our reservations with Nigeria, so that we can harvest all those reservations together collectively, and at the same time look at what do you think we should do. We are going to sit together and look at the problems together and also derive the solution together. Yes. Just as if someone is going to come and say, okay, this is what you must do. And that is why it is going to be more of consensus building. But at the end of the day, I want to say that value of equalization, we must internalize it. Once you know that, I know that I'm equal, and whatever belongs, I should have, and which is also due to the other person will have it. Then we will not have problem.
Yeah, I agree with you on the issue of sincerity. And if we take that, they will now be asking the sector where Pastor Folani belongs to, the religious society, what will be your role? Are you ready to galvanize men of God?
That is a given. That comes with the territory. In religion, that's why religion is regarded as the opium of the masses. We give hope, we inspire hope, and then we'll continue to do that, on various levels. I'm sure we've been doing it, we'll continue to do it. We just have to inspire people. That's why you see people having their hope in religion, because without that, there would have been no place.
You know why I mentioned this? This is a coming together of all stakeholders in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And whether you are a Christian, whether you are a Muslim,
or
whether you are a traditionalist or whatever, we want to see all of us coming together. I remember in 2000, in the year 2001, the NIPR Ogun State chapter organized, in fact, hosted national conference for the NIPR. And on the community service platform, it was something unexpected. It was breathtaking. And you see people trooping in, people, all stakeholders, whether artisans, whether media people, whether politicians, whether, in fact,
whether pastors, imams,
no. And they came together, came up with a communique that has helped in moving Nigeria forward. So, we need your prayers.
We'll continue to do that.
Thanks so much. Beyond prayers now, Dr. Tumala, what do you now tell government? Because if we say government, we are all government.
Yes.
Right from the communities. It then means that there must be patriotic zeal.
Yes.
There must be that honesty. People must now play their own game patriotically and not be thinking that this is my share or this is my time, and the moment I am there, I should just do whatever. Your last shot.
Yes, going forward, government, who is always seen at the forefront, should be first sincere. You know, when you tell somebody to be patriotic, you must be an example of patriotism. If you tell somebody to be sincere, you must be an example of sincerity. If you tell somebody to put in service, you must be an example of service. You won't be going home fat and be preaching for somebody to go home fast in fasting. So please, government going forward must look within. First, address the individual thing. Am I doing right as a public officer that be bequeathed with public trust? If no, then they should go inside and address themselves. Then come out and begin to address the masses. If that is done, everybody will see a sense of obligation and a sense of patriotism. And Nigeria will be better for it.
Well, for me, I believe that, as I said, this is a message of hope that Nigeria can actually get out of this situation and Nigeria can be better for it. So I want to encourage every one of us that very soon we'll be getting across to various agencies of government, individuals, private organizations, to mobilize them to be part of this program. Whatever your reservations are about Nigeria, let us believe that we can still get out of this and form a common front as a united country.
Pastor Fulani.
Well, I just want to urge everybody to participate. It's your summit, so let's do it together.
Remember, this is a national project. Let us come together and do it. National integration bestows peace and harmony upon a nation. Let's come together and make it work. Next week, we'll be coming back on another topic, and I believe you'll be here with us. Gentlemen, Dr. Simon Otumala, we want to appreciate your coming.
Thank you, thank you.
I hope when we call on you, you come next time.
Very, very.
Mr. Lekon Tugwa.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Remember, the bulk of this assignment is on you.
God help us. The pastor is here to continue to pray for us.
Pastor Fulani,
always a pleasure.
You are a veteran.
We thank God.
So we'll be needing you.
Always a pleasure.
Viewers, this house has been this week. We love you. Continue to connect with us on OGTV every Thursday. Connect with us on DSTV 260, GoTV 100, StarTime 113. And connect with us on Facebook. Pr-Primus on Facebook. You can link us on Instagram, Pr-Primus, and then on YouTube too, Pr-Primus on YouTube. Thank you for being there for us. Until next week, have a blessed day.